Anyway, I'm listening to the very smart Derek Thompson talking with Scott Galloway on Scott's podcast. Derek Thompson sounds like he's about 12 years old. I guess he just had a baby, but smart. And I'm just was about 10 minutes into that conversation by the time 11 a.m. rolled around here. Because I'm trying to be consistent and do these lives every day at the same time for you sexy people. And I'm also considering, like, I'm trying to think, like, what can I do? I did this yesterday. What can I do for the paid subscribers? Maybe do a little bonus video for the paid kids after the live. I think I might do that. Anyway, what I want to talk about today, because I'm going on Katie Fang's show. Katie Fang is going to have a Substack live today at 3:30. I will be joining her. And what's on my mind is this Washington Post. I'm still working my thoughts around it. This Washington Post firing, like they let go of like a third of their newsroom. Good God. And this, I've seen a bunch of content about it. I'm sure you guys have too. Articles, videos, and commentary. First of all, let me just say, like, it is not a win when you make Rupert Murdoch seem like a benevolent, public-minded servant of a newspaper. Like, when you're making Rupert Murdoch look like benevolent, that's a fail, Bezos. Just FYI, you fucked up. You fucked up. But also, here's the other thing, and this is true, and I'm not defending Jeff Bezos at all. News is hard. I know that. And, media companies are just, magnets for money loss. And I was texting with someone last night about, because this woman shared a video. She got fired. She was at the Post, Washington Post. It's very touching. Maybe you've seen it. It was on. She posted it to Instagram, and then I posted it, and I also put it on my threads. And she worked the arts beat, and she had just come from Sundance, and she had just gotten fired. And she was just taking some time to just like let it sink in and absorb it. And she was emotional, and I got emotional watching her. I've contributed to news, like magazines, but I've never been like a staff writer or anything like that. But my heart really does go out. And this is a really awful moment for a lot of people. And I wanted to give this woman a hug, and like a hug and a shoulder. I wanted to give it all to her. But at the same time, and I know that these other companies that have spun off legacy media, and people have left to sort of do their own thing, like, Don Draper and Roger Sterling spinning off to do their own agency. Remember that? They're sitting in that hotel room building their company, like in real time. And other people have done that with their own little media company. Specifically, I'm thinking about like Barry Weiss with the Free Press. And let me be clear, I am no fan, but the Free Press and there's no reporting. It's all opinion, the Free Press. It's not a news thing. It's an entity, right? It is just sort of like a glorified, blown up Substack presence, really. But nonetheless, a thing. Then there was like Puck, started by Bill Cohan and others. And Ben Smith created Semaphore. Years ago, after Vanity Fair, Graydon Carter started Airmail. So building these other small but independent-ish media companies is hard, and it's also just like ripe with opportunity to lose money. Like, just when you start a media company like that, I know enough. I don't know a lot, but I know enough to know that like you got to be prepared to lose money, because you're going to lose money, right? But then like Scott's companies, Prof G Media, with Prof G Podcast. Like, Scott's company makes money. It's small, but it's a profitable company. And then you've got independents like Katie Fang, Don Lemon, Mary Trump, Heather Cox Richardson. There are others, right? And I guess the point I'm trying to make as I suss out this really unfortunate Washington Post moment, because it is the decimation of like an American news icon. It really, this should not have been fucked up to this degree, really. Um, is that there are opportunities, whether you're going to get together with friends and do a group Substack, or and make some money and charge your subscription. You can have everyone and their mother has a podcast, sure. And or you could do your own thing. And at the same time, it's also tricky for some people because not everybody, and I understand this, not everybody is wired to be independent, to be entrepreneurial, to be a self-starter. Some people are better at being soldiers, like staff writers and employees. Like that's where some people really thrive. So I really am hoping that these people, that's all of this talent that just got cut loose from the Washington Post, and there's a lot of talent, right? Um, find an outlet for it, whether it's to be hired somewhere or to create their own thing, whether it's at, I don't know, the New York Times, the Atlantic, New York Magazine, Vox Media. Uh, you know, there's a lot. And I'm like, I like to think there's something for everyone. And if it's not a staff job, there's an independent option. It's hard. It's a heavy lift. I'm learning that literally in real time. Hello. But yeah. So if anybody watching this has that entrepreneurial bug, you're in media or something like that, like, I don't know. Is there something that you guys can start and bring a bring some talented, like-minded people together and create something of value? There's opportunity there. And this woman who, to circle it back to this woman who shared that very touching and emotional reel after being fired from the Washington Post. She was her beat was the arts. And I'm guessing since she was coming from Sundance that she wrote about movies. And I thought, like, God, if I knew that my beat were that specific, I mean, as I said, take a minute to grieve and wallow in it because you have to. That's human. It's part of the process. But when you're ready to get up, dust yourself off and roll up your sleeves and get back to work again, a Substack, or it could be your WordPress, or you could do it on Patreon, wherever. Write about a movie every day. It could be something, and just give yourself an easy goal, like 300 words a day. I know Heather Cox Richardson does 100 or 1,200 every day. I'm not going to hit this mark all the time, but like 300 words is not, for a writer, that's not a ton, but write about a movie every day. Write about something current, a movie that's out right now. And then also, when there's maybe not something out right now, pick a classic. Now is a great time to write an essay about the importance of Alan J. Pakula's All the President's Men. Now is a really good time to watch that. Or Steven Spielberg's film, The Post, with Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep. She plays Katharine Graham and Tom Hanks plays Ben Bradley. It's about the Pentagon Papers, right? Like I only saw that movie once when it came out in the theaters. I remember liking it. Anyway, so yeah, like if you're the movie writer at the Washington Post, write about a movie every day on Substack. I would pay money to read that, to get someone's take who has a really interesting point of view. Someone who not only I don't necessarily agree with, but someone who challenges me. I sort of like that. I'm not a fan of an echo chamber. I like to be challenged. And yeah, that's what I mean. There's opportunity there. Sports, right? I'm not a sports fan, whatever, but like the world is full of sports fans. Like the Washington Post, 86, their sports department. Like, what the fuck? All right, guys, you sports writers out there and women, let's hit that, get that Substack sports channel going. I mean, there is an audience for this, right? I don't know. I don't want to be Pollyanna about it. It's grim. It made me cry when I watched this women's post. But to all of you watching this and listening to it later in podcast form, if you've got ideas or options for these people that can lend them comfort or, something, throw it out there. At the very least, leave them a comment with your words of support, because I know from personal experience, when people leave supportive comments and encouraging comments, it makes a difference, especially when you're at a real low point. So do that. All right. I'm out here. It's super freezing. Fingerless here. It's 20 degrees. And daddy is cold. I'm taking my girlfriend inside. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and for subscribing, especially for you paid subscribers. And you paid subscribers, I'm going to follow up right now with a little snack for you paid types because I love you ever so much. All right, guys. Happy Thursday. Yeah, should I go to the movies tonight? All right, later.